Okay, so this is supposed to be the 12-volt battery positive line coming in from the positive. It goes all the way up here, turns into this red wire right here, and then runs into this loom into the bottom portion of that breaker. So all three of those are getting power from the 12-volt ground, or 12-volt positive, so those are all getting that. What I'm seeing is we have some grounds in here, such as the ground running off of this wire, which goes to the battery. This is the battery gauge. Those are the headlights and tail lights. This one is going to be the ground. We also have another ground floating in here free that was connected to the circuit for the floodlights and spotlights and whatnot. And then we have another set. So this wire right here that I'm holding on to, this one is what goes to the headlights and tail lights. So this yellow wire goes all the way up there and gets power from one of these other yellow wires that pulls in from on the other side. So we have one coming in, one going out with a ground that's brown into this wiring harness that goes all the way to the headlights on both sides. So that yellow and that ground go into the big cable here, which goes all the way under the cart, pops up right down there, comes around. You have the yellow coming up, which goes here to the end of the battery connections. This is the last connection before it goes into the solenoids. And then you have those ground wires. All those ground wires we saw earlier, they all come up here and they're connected onto the B- side of the controllers, which also is barred across to this wire, which is the main wire that connects to the 48-volt total battery connection. There are no other connections. So this is one side of the charger. This is the other side of the charging cable that goes in here. So that's 48 volts from these yellow wires to this wire, which comes up to where the grounds meet on B- or B-. So there's no other grounds anywhere that come into play to give a true 12-volt ground, which I don't understand. When I came up and I measured so here's the back of the batteries, or the back of the headlights. I pulled that one out, measured it, and it was getting 36 or 38 volts at that point when I measured from ground to the yellow positive, which is the same one that comes over off of there. So when it runs out, it goes into that wiring harness, goes around. The way they join the wires together is they just crimple them onto something, and then you'll have another set that's going over to the other headlight from that. That's why there's dual wires coming off of that. There's only, the wires come in single, they double up right there, and they go back out single on the other way, and they just continue. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. It does, if I go in and turn the key, let's make sure this is in, and get one, got to click, and then I've got 2 green lights total. So 1 green light there, 1 green light there. Solenoid on the right side for the front is the one that's I have to hit with a hammer every once in a while to get it unstuck. I don't know if those are supposed to have 12 volt going to them, or they're supposed to have the full 48 or 50 volts. They have the full 48 or 50 volts going to them right now, which is quite a lot on those small terminals up on top. So when I measure at those two terminals right there, that's when they have that high full voltage out of everything. So that's what we've got going on.